We've all been there. You just lost the ranked game because your teammate fed 5 kills in the first 3 minutes. Suddenly, your hands are sweaty, your heart is racing, and you're ready to type an essay in all caps in the chat box. That, my friends, is tilt, gaming's ultimate enemy. But here's the good news. You don't have to let tilt ruin your climb. Today, I'll show you how to overcome tilt and actually use it to improve in Mobile Legends. Tilt isn't just about getting salty. It's when your emotions start controlling your gameplay. You miss farm, force bad fights, and suddenly your win rate tanks. Mobile Legends isn't just a test of skill, it's also a test of mindset. That's why today here on Mobile Legends News, we're breaking down exactly what tilt is, how it sabotages your rank climb, and most importantly, how to overcome it so you can play smarter, calmer, and more consistently. Here's the thing, Mobile Legends is not just about mechanics. It's not only about landing insane Kagura combos or perfect timing Lolita shield. The real hidden challenge is keeping your mental game strong. Tilt sneaks in when frustration builds up, and most players don't realize how much it affects their decisions in game. Think about it. When you're tilted, you're more likely to chase risky kills, ignore objectives, flame teammates in chat, or even AFK out of pure rage. And here's the kicker. Once you tilt, your chance of winning your next few games drops dramatically. Not because of matchmaking, but because of your own mindset. It becomes a cycle. You lose, you tilt, you play worse, and then you lose again. So what tools do you actually need to deal with tilt? First, it starts with awareness. Recognizing when you're tilted is already half the battle. Are you spamming recall just to mock enemies? Are you typing more than you're farming? Those are red flags. Second, you can actually adjust your game settings to help. Something as simple as muting chat or hiding emotes can prevent tilt triggers. Trust me, not seeing that enemy Layla spamming victory after every kill makes a huge difference. Third, you need mental preparation techniques. Pre-game rituals like deep breathing, stretching, or even listening to hype music can set your mood. After a bad loss, stepping away for 5 minutes or reviewing your replay instead of insta-queuing will reset your mindset. And finally, having solid prior knowledge of the game's mechanics reduces tilt. When you understand power spikes, rotation timings, and counter picks, you blame teammates less and focus more on what you can control. The truth is, tilt is inevitable. But with the right strategies, you can manage it and come back even stronger. Alright, now that we know what tilt is and how dangerous it can be, let's really break down how to fight back. Because overcoming tilt in Mobile Legends isn't just about avoiding frustration. It's about turning yourself into a calm, focused, win-ready machine. And yes, I know that sounds like some anime protagonist training art, but trust me, the mindset grind is just as important as the mechanical grind. So let's explore the practical steps to managing tilt, keeping your emotions in check, and actually enjoying the climb instead of rage uninstalling at 3 AM. Step number 1. Control your inner rage monster. Let's be real. Sometimes you just want to throw your phone across the room when that Franco hooks you out of the bush again. Tilt makes your brain go full Hulk mode. But here's the trick. The moment you feel that frustration rising, just pause. Don't go typing a 3-paragraph essay in team chat about why your jungler is useless. Instead, breathe. Here's some science. Deep breathing actually lowers your heart rate and tells your brain, hey, we're not fighting a saber-toothed tiger, we're just losing to a 0 and 8 Gusion. This calms your nervous system and lets you think clearly. Try this. Every time you respawn, take 1 deep breath before running back into lane. It sounds simple, but those few seconds keep your hands steady and your decisions smarter. Step number 2. Master the art of the mute button. Listen, Mobile Legends chat can be toxic central. If Tilt had a best friend, it would be the teammate typing noob tank at the 2-minute mark. Luckily, Moonton gave us the mute button for a reason. Muting teammates is not about being antisocial. It's self-care. Imagine it like noise-canceling headphones. You wouldn't try to study for finals while someone blasts karaoke in your ear, right? Same with ranked. Muting removes distractions and keeps your head in the game. And don't worry, you're not missing out on any useful communication. Trust me, 99% of the time, GG Noob isn't exactly a shot-calling master plan. Step number 3. Reset like a pro. Here's one of the biggest tilt traps in the game. Losing a game and smashing that play again button instantly, and then losing again. That's called a tilt queue, and it's brutal. Your brain is still angry from the last match, so you're actually playing worse, and the cycle continues. Professional players, they don't do that. If they lose, they take a break, even just 5 minutes. No stand up, grab water, stretch, check your memes. Anything but insta-queuing. Think of it like letting your ultimate cooldown reset. You wouldn't dive into a 5v5 without your ult, so why dive into another game without resetting your mindset? Step number 4. Focus on what you can control. Here's the truth bomb. No matter how good you are, you can't control your teammates. You can't stop your Layla from face-checking bushes, and you can't stop your Fanny from installing Wi-Fi from 1999. But what you can control is your own performance. Instead of raging about allies, flip the script. Ask yourself, what can I do this match to carry harder? Maybe you need to rotate faster. Maybe you need to switch lanes. Or maybe you need to play safer until your power spike. Every time you shift your focus back to yourself, you're building resilience. It's like being in a group project. You can't make Jimmy do his part, but you can make sure your slides look amazing. And sometimes, that's enough to secure a win. Step number 5. Build a pre-game ritual. This one sounds silly, but it works. Athletes do it before games. Streamers do it before going live. Why not you before ranked? A pre-game ritual sets your brain into focus mode. It could be as simple as listening to a hype song, stretching your fingers, or even doing a little victory dance at your desk. Think of it like sharpening your sword before battle. When you enter the Land of Dawn with a clear, positive mindset, you're already ahead of half the lobby. Step number 6. Reframe the losses. Here's a spicy take. Losing isn't always bad. In fact, every loss is an opportunity to improve. I know, that sounds like something your coach says after you just got destroyed 0-12 in scrims, but it's true. Replays are your best friend here. Instead of sulking after a loss, review what actually went wrong. Did you die because your jungler abandoned you, or because you overextended without vision? Spoiler alert, it's usually the second one. Once you start treating losses like lessons, Tilt has less power over you. You stop blaming and start learning. Step number 7. Keep the fun alive. At the end of the day, Mobile Legends is still a game. Tilt often comes when you take every match like it's the M4 Grand Finals. Relax a little. Laugh at the ridiculous moments, make challenges for yourself like win with off-meta heroes or land 3 Franco hooks in a row. When you inject fun into the grind, your brain stops seeing every loss as the end of the world. You'll climb more naturally because you're actually enjoying the process instead of stressing over every star. Step number 8. Build your mental stamina like your hero builds items. Think of your mindset like an in-game build. You wouldn't run around the map with just boots, right? Same with your mental state. You've got to build it over time. Patience is your endless battle. Self-control is your Athena shield. In your perspective, that's your immortality. Piece by piece, you're creating a strong mental build that keeps you stable, even when everything goes wrong in a match. And just like in game, the more complete your build, the harder you are to tilt. And finally, step number 9. Remember the bigger picture. One bad game doesn't define your rank. Even one bad day doesn't. Think long term. Are you improving week by week? Are you making fewer mistakes? Farming smarter? Rotating better? That's the real measure of progress. When you zoom out and see the climb as a journey, not just a sprint, Tilt becomes a small bump instead of a roadblock. Tilt is every Mobile Legends player's silent enemy, but it doesn't have to hold you back. By controlling your emotions, using tools like mute, Resetting between games, focusing on what you can control, and reframing losses as lessons, you build the mental toughness needed to climb. Remember, mechanics might secure a flashy play, but your mindset determines long-term success. With these strategies, you won't just win more, you'll enjoy the game more too. Now it's your turn. Try out these anti-tilt techniques in your next rank grind and see how much smoother your climb feels. Drop a comment to share your experience, and don't forget to subscribe to Mobile Legends News for more guides, tips, and updates to keep you ahead of the game. Till next time.